welcome him in the house of the Lord. I have a word for y'all today. A word. A word. That word is, if you can't love your neighbor, you can love Jesus. If you can love your neighbor, you can love Jesus. Jesus, the one that put food on your table. You ought to love him anyway. You ought to care for him anyway. Because he's the head and not the tail. He's the lender and not the bar. He's the... Some of y'all ought to welcome him like you done lost your mind. Some of you like to praise him like you done lost your mind. Some of you like to dance and act a fool like you done lost your mind. But just know, one thing, you can know all these songs. I just want you to know that Jesus is your Father. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
Hallelujah.
I was at school and our sub was talking about how people bully each other. People talk about each other, scandalize somebody else's name, and just don't know it. I had to get myself up and know that he is God. I had to get myself up and pray for everyone in that whole room. I had to put my head on, lay on him and say, Jesus is your Father. Just know that he's the head. And I had my friend that he said that he was talking about how everything happening at home is making him sad. Making him sad. And some of you like to play like it's a joke. Some of you like to do stuff that's not even in... I can't even tell somebody that. When you try to talk about somebody, watch what you say. I might not like my neighbor. I might not care for him. But I know Jesus told me that each other in the whole world is Jesus' child. So anytime you try to bully each other, you disrespecting Jesus' child. Anytime you try to act a fool, you disrespecting Jesus' child. Anytime you try to be bully to somebody else and hit this boy and hit that girl, you being disrespectful to Jesus' son, Jesus' daughter. Some of you act a fool and don't even realize it. Jesus not anything to me. He ain't do nothing for me. Some of y'all go speak the wrong thing at your mouth. And the person that's listening to you already heard. So they go snitch and tell somebody else. He said that, he said this, he said that. Or maybe not. Maybe they know better than not to snitch. Maybe they know better if they're not to snitch for they get caught. Maybe they know better. Some of you just think, this guy, he put food on them, he just shut your mouth. So all the words that you say out your mouth is wrong. All the words that you say out your mouth is the devil words. All the words that you say out your mouth. The words that you need to say out your mouth is Jesus. You need to mess around and tell that devil in his face that you the head and not the tail. You need to mess around and tell that devil in his face that you the lender and not the bar. You need to mess around and tell that devil in his face that you is a child of God. You need to mess around and tell that devil in his face that you are the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. You need to mess around. God is your Father. I dare you to tell somebody today, greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Make sure you tell somebody that God is the beginning and the end. Make sure you tell everybody that the God in the beginning of the Bible, God created the heavens and the earth. And you know, in the Bible, it says weeping endures for a night. But when you wake up, when you get out of that bed, oh, joy comes in the morning. And you should know that. Oh, you want to rest out of your bed, see what's empire on, or see this on, see that on, wake up in the middle of the night, watch it off. But some of you have to make mistakes, talk about others, don't even know what you're talking about, say the wrong thing out your mouth, speaking the wrong words. Some of y'all got anger issues. Some of y'all wake up and grouchy, talk about, don't touch me, don't do this to me, don't do that to me. Was somebody just say good morning? Was somebody say hi? Hi, how you doing? You doing good? You doing fine? I saw you in church the other day. I don't care. Stop stalking me. I ain't stalking you. I just saw you. Stalking and seeing you is somebody help me today. Some of you got the most anger in your body that it could make somebody else cry. It could make somebody else get angry. And y'all talk about get out my face. And y'all talk about some people don't have food on their table, clothes on it. You gonna say it to the wrong person that's crying every single day. My sub at our school, she was saying that this boy was he was needed something. He asked her, cause he do after school feeding. She do after school feeding, and she said that the boy asked her, can I get a plate, please? And she said, go ahead, fine. He sat down, ate that food. Then, after all is gone, he got up again and said, can I get another plate? She said, okay, go get it, fine. She realized that boy is not eating at home. She said that boy don't eat at home, but only at school. See what happens when you be disrespectful. See what happens when you talk about other people when you don't even know what you're talking about. See what happens when you say the wrong thing at your mouth when you really saying it really, really wrong. It is something out your mouth gonna say bad things, and you talk about you want to be disrespectful. I can't even tell somebody that Jesus. He's food when I'm hungry and water when I'm thirsty. He's a bridge over troubled waters. He's the head and not the tail. He's the lender and not. Praise to Jesus. You ought to act like a winner. You ought to act like a winner. Fight like a winner. Even when you don't feel like a winner, you are a winner. You are a child of God. So when you can't do all this bad stuff you're not supposed to do all this crazy stuff that you're not supposed to do. So some of y'all talk about, oh, I'm going to do this to myself because that boy don't like me no more. Get rid of him. You don't always have to cry over something that's really small. You don't always have to cry over something that's really stupid. You don't always have to cry over something that you're not even supposed to be crying about. Some of y'all crying over the wrong things. Crying over stupid stuff. Some people, the people that I was praying for today was crying over real stuff. Some of y'all crying, my boyfriend break up with me. My boyfriend don't like me because I'm ugly. So what? that you pretty. You know that you nice. You know that you. No, why are you doing this to me? No. Having a tantrum of it. Well, I don't hear people passing out because there's something happened really wrong to them. And you over here having, no. All you got to know that God is just who he says he is. All you got to know is he's the head and not the tail. All you got to know that he's the lender and not the bar. He has power in his hands. Don't you know that you have power in your tongue? So you just speak something out your mouth and shall come to pass. Don't you know that God is just who he says he is? Don't you know that he's the lender and not the bar? Don't you know he's the Jehovah Jireh? Don't you know he's the Jehovah Nissi? Don't you know that he is the provider? Don't you know he's food when I'm hungry? Don't you know he's water when I'm thirsty? But I came to tell somebody today, you ought to pray Jesus. You ought to act like Jesus. You ought to know that he'll make everything all right. You ought to know that he is the head and not the tail. You ought to know that he's the lender and not the bar. You ought to know that he's the Jehovah Jireh. He is the Jehovah Nissi. He is my provider. He is my Jehovah Jireh. He is food when I'm hungry, water when I'm thirsty. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He is the doctor in the sick room. He is the Lord of court. I came to tell somebody today, shut your mouth. I'm crying over this. I'm crying over that. Even when your neighbor don't like you, shut your mouth. Because you know that's the devil. You know they came for, Jesus. Jesus! You should know him. You should know that he is your father. You should know. Even when you don't know. Even when you don't believe in Jesus. Even when you don't know him, you're still dancing. You're still praising the Lord. Like I said, when I was a little boy. When I was like 5. I thought Jesus was a girl. I really thought that. But now that I know, now how I see him in pictures, now how I see him in certain Bibles, now how I see him in the church, I know that he is a boy. He is Mary's baby. He is the will of the men of the will. He is the doctor in a sick room. He is the Lord in a courtroom. He is that bridge over troubled waters. He is my provider. He talks with me. He walks with me. He's my friend when I don't have a friend. He is the Jehovah Jireh. He is the Jehovah Nissi. He is my provider. I came to test Jesus. Jesus. So all you got to do is shut your mouth. Even when people don't like you, shut your mouth. Ignore them. People talk about you. Talk about stupid stuff they're not supposed to talk about when they don't even know that. You ought to shut your mouth. Doesn't mean fight. Talk about, get your, I need not talk about it. Who you think you talking to? I don't know that. Get. Were you talking about the wrong stuff? Were you fighting about the wrong stuff? Then later on, when somebody tell you, did you do it? You're like, no, I didn't do it. You started it. You got into it. Well, you should have walked away. Well, you should have never looked back when you walked away. Doesn't mean walk towards them, walk away, because you know they gonna start fighting with you. And then later on, talk about, he started it. He know you came in his face and started. Oh, somebody ought to shut up in here. Or somebody ought to know that he is the God. He is the great I am. He is the will of the middle of the way out. God is just who he says he is. And you better believe it. I don't care if you just... I don't care. Even when you feel the praise, you better get that praise into you. God is just who he says he is. So I came to test my day. The doors of the church open. The first at church, the door of the church is open. We need a place to call home. We need to baptize Christian Spirit. Come! Come! with a table spread. And the feast of the Lord is going on. All you have to do is trust in Him, believe in Him. This is the day that the Lord has made. We say rejoice and be glad in it. Hallelujah.